turn the camera. Just how wide open it is. It's incredible.
A couple of questions.
No.
Ms. Rashida, what is your opinion on the massive child trafficking that is happening?
Y espero logren su objetivo de la justicia a su país. Luchen por su país. Say the best, basically fight for your country.
Ya van días y varias semanas.
He hasn't given no response, and it's been days and it's been weeks, and you think, Sarah, this canyon right here?
It's absolutely incredible. I haven't been to Tijuana in a lot of years, and seeing how wide open it is. I mean, I don't know if you could turn the camera around and show everyone just how wide open it is. It's incredible.
A couple of questions.
No.
Ms. Rashida, what is your opinion on the massive child trafficking that is happening?
Y espero logren su objetivo de la justicia a su país. Luchen por su país. Say the best, basically fight for your country.
Están bloqueando el acceso. ¡Viva! La Policía Federal o la autoridad nos está deteniendo el acceso y nos está deteniendo el paso para poder cruzar hacia el Zócalo, señores. How's everybody doing? Good evening to everybody that is watching. Thank you so much for joining in. It is 4:00 in the afternoon over here in the West Coast. In Tijuana, Mexico, I'm Oscar Blue for Border News, corresponding for Real America's Voice News. How's everybody doing? Good evening to everybody. God bless every single one of you. Well, today breaking news, and it is something that it was so much of an insecurity factor, as I have been saying consistently, that Tijuana, Mexico, that is the number one city for violence and homicides, and also insecurity in the world. Today, they did an incredible capture. As have you guys known, share this video out before we start. If you like this video and if you share this video, it is really exhausting sometimes saying it, but if you guys like the video and if you share the video, it will break those algorithms and it will reach more people. Like the video, share the video, and we can reach out. A lot of you guys tell me, what can I do, Blue? What can I do to help? This is really important. When you're watching, share the video, like the video, and ultimately comment on the video, whatever it is. And we will break those algorithms and we can continue to get more people involved in the live feed. If we don't do that, the message won't get through. Today, people, breaking news for everybody that is watching. Today, 14 individuals. It is an organized crime group that what they used to do was kidnap the migrants, assassinate the migrants, steal from the migrants. They disintegrated and they disarticulated the fiscal general of the state. Have you guys seen where I go sometimes into an open gap in a mountain that is called Nido de las Águilas? Ben Berquan, myself, we have been there. Anthony Agüero and myself, we have been there. And I have been there multiple times. The Institute National of Immigration and the National Guard have been working on that particular place. And by the understanding of it, they were just letting them be, letting them work, and letting them do what they were doing until the government and the fiscal general of the state decided to detain 14 individuals. According to Said Betanzos Arzola, a colleague journalist of ours, it says right here, you can go to his website, Said Betanzos, and it says right here, a small delinquent group of 14 people were disarticulated and they were captured. They used to assassin, kill, sorry about the word, migrants. This is what the population of the migrants go through when they think that migrating through a coyote or migrating through a smuggler will get them to another phase, another place. Ultimately, it is not the solution. And sometimes it ends up on being kidnapped. Somebody was asking me yesterday, but what do they want, Oscar? And it is all the time, it is ransom. All the time that you will see, it is just ransom of what they want. And it is this bust that they did. This right here, this articulation of this small group, it is extremely important that they have given not only to the people that they have migrated a message, do not go through there, but ultimately the population. What does the article say right here? It says that not only 14 of these people, and everybody thinks that all these people are men. They know, the smugglers and the traffickers, that the migrants are carrying some cash. 4,000, 5,000. They ask sometime for $8,000. They know the amount of quantity of money that they are carrying. This is a huge bust. It says right here in the article, agents from the Fiscal General of the Republic disarticulated a delinquent group dedicated to trafficking, kidnapping, and homicides of migrants in the border city. They captured them as they did a raid into their house or into the area which they were located at in the neighborhood of Rancho Escondido. Rancho Escondido is a place that I have gone through many times, and I have shown you walk through the top and say, this is a wall, this is a big opening. They detained 4 people in this operation. This place, it is located, and the limitations between the border wall where it's open and also El Nido de las Águilas, that is the eagle's nest. 14 people. Out of those 14 people, 6 of them were women. 8 of them were men. In this raid and captured, they kidnapped an arsenal of weapons and also assault weapons. They say, presumably, that they are vinculated with trafficking of people in that area because there's no wall. Ultimately, also with kidnapping and homicides of migrants. They don't know that this group, it is vinculated to an assassination that it was done not too long ago to an owner of a huge property of a ranch over there by the name of Francisco Ontiveros Lopez. This owner was assassinated, but God knows who, and he owned a large property at that area. On the 20th of December, he was assassinated. Great note. Kudos to Said Betanzos Arzola. What does this tell you? It tells you that how big of an operation these organized crime people and what they have and what they do. Ultimately, the migrants, they intend to say, you know what? I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait for the stay in Mexico policy. I don't want to wait to do it, correctly. I just want to deliver myself and lift up my hands to non-point of entry. That will be much easier for me. So they go through areas where it is cartel or the organized crime controls that area. And they tell them how much, this is how much you are going to pay. But sometimes they go through, especially the women, they go through hell through these places. Rape, abuse. They even become their slaves sometimes of the organized crime. And ultimately, mules to cross sometimes drugs into the United States of America, and ultimately also being kidnapped. And they ask for ransom into their families in parts of the United States or even parts of Central America and South America. This right here, people, it tells you that this is a huge message from the Fiscal General of the Republic to stop this abuse into the migrant population, that they are migrating incorrectly, possibly, or not migrating correctly to a port of entry, but leave them alone. All the open gaps that they are in the city of Tijuana, Tecate, and Mexicali, they are organized crime owned. All of them. They are doing it with a ladder to cross them illegally to the United States of America, underneath the wall. Ultimately, place where there is no wall, they know the routes. Also, they got, huge ropes that they are tied up all the way to the top. All of these abilities, they are done by the organized crime. And you will see this kind of situations at every part that there's no wall. I remember when we used to walk up in a mountain, and I used to show you, this is where it's opened. Remember that. And ultimately, this part also that I've shown you before, how many of them they walked through this particular area. And in particular, they were people from Brazil. Only that. This tells you that there was a big connection between somebody in Tijuana with people from Brazil. because the majority of the people that they were crossing through that area and getting captured by the Border Patrol were people from Brazil. These kind of organizations are the ones that the migrants and also ultimately citizens like ourselves, we are concerned about our safety. And today, the Fiscal General of the Republic did a phenomenal job. They disarticulated this organization of 14 people, which ultimately it led to arrest of 6 of these 14 people are women. The negotiation between women and women is different than the negotiation between a coyote and a man. It is different. A women, they use these kind of coyotes and kind of, bait to fish on these migrants that they're ladies, and they say, I feel comfortable with her because she's a woman. And no surprise. It is part of the same organized group. Sadly, today you will see this that a lot of the migrants are being kidnapped and through these particular places. And it has happened also in Tamaulipas. In the borders that they connect to Texas, it happens a lot. But now you see it that it is particularly, it had been in action right here in Tijuana. Undeniably, it is so, it is something good for the communities over there in the parts where that particular area is much transitated with smuggling. But now it gives a calm to the people that they live around those communities. As I have shown you before, how certain communities are this close to the wall. Some of them, the wall is their fence. In some houses, the property, it doesn't invade, the property of Mexico, but is their wall. That is their fence. Imagine how crazy and how close to, you are to the neighbor country that they had to put a division so you can know, oh, here is where it's at. Sometimes you used to walk on the other side and be like, hey, you're in the U.S. Oh, hold on a minute. Let me go back. How crazy is that? These houses and now these people are, particularly today, possibly in calm. Because a lot of these individuals were arrested. In another news, today in Tapachula, these images are provided by Juan Manuel Blanco and also by Jose Torres. This happened today in Tapachula as a protest. A little protest was done. Around 1,000 people protested today to demand to the Institute National Immigration for them to leave them alone and to transit freely into the country of Mexico. This kind of protest, I have been in so many of these. This has happened. It happens quite often. And this is going to dissolve, and tomorrow nobody is going to do anything. But today, another protest started of migrants, as 1,000 of them from a particular shelter went over to the installations of the Institute National Immigration and demanded that they let them pass and let them transit, because their objective is not Mexico, it is the United States of America. This is a video that it was provided by Juan Manuel Blanco, and also video provided also by Jose Cheche Torres. Juan Manuel Blanco, a good journalist that works for different mainstream medias, and also Jose Cheche Torres that works for Reuters, and also works for different networks. It's good to have relations with a lot of these journalists in the South, that I say a complete hi to every single one of them. Thank you so much, bro. You guys are awesome. You guys are great. I will see you guys not so far from now. I'm going to see you guys again. This is some video of the protest today as they walked all the way to the Institute National Immigration offices.
¡Somos migrantes! ¡No somos delincuentes! Vamos a respetar la línea. No más siglo XXI. No al siglo XXI. La línea para allá.
What a mess. All the time. What a mess. And I will pause the video here and I'll explain. I have been to this place quite many times. Quite many times I have been to this place. And what a mess, man. When is it going to stop? My question is, when is this going to stop? Not ultimately the stop of migration. Migration has been in the human being since in existence. The human being migrates for, since the existence of the human, as we were nomads. But this is since when it's going to get this complicated to make people suffer and to make people think that every border is open. Now there's laws, there's immigration laws, and ultimately there's countries where you have to obey a law, an immigration, and follow in particular law and order. And there's processes and there's steps for you to go to another country. Nobody's telling you do not migrate. Nobody's telling nobody do not migrate. They are telling you there is a process to do so. And the majority of these people, they don't want Mexico. These people want to be left alone so they can go to the border of the United States of America. The border of the immigration laws of the United States of America, it is the number one problem right here. The incentivization of the 46th president of the United States of America. It is the number one problem right here. This will not be this will be a little bit more controlled. If you had these kind of regulations, and if you had the understanding that ultimately there is a process, but nothing is being said, everything is being exactly the same, and this is the reason why people from all across the world, they're thinking, I'm an economic migrant. I have huge possibility of refugee and asylum. This is the problem. If you're an economic migrant, who's educating the migrant population that a lot of the 99.99% of economic migrants, they don't qualify for refugee and asylum. So they end up crossing illegally through a coyote, through a trafficker, through a non-port of entry, entering illegally to the United States of America. But if you have a possibility of asylum, you will enter correctly, and they will give you a possibility to stay. But if you don't, and if you're an economic migrant, a lot of the population, they're economic migrants. Listen to this interview put right here on the screen. This is an interview from a migrant that is walking right here. Look what he says. This is a minute and 16. This video was sent by Juan Manuel Blanco. It's a good interview for you to understand and for you to see how it is so crazy. Still, the mentality that these countries, Honduras is not educating their people. Juan Orlando Hernandez does not care about his people. He doesn't care if they're migrating through a place where they're suffering and they're suffering and they're suffering. They do not care. Imagine that. They do not care. This is why people continue and continue and continue and continue. This is a video. Look at this. Let me show you this interview and I will translate.
Mi nombre es Alfredo Colina. Nuestras exigencias son sencillas.
My name is Alfredo. Our demands are really simple.
Solo queremos tránsito libre, que
We only want free transit.
ya deje de estimizarse al inmigrante como
Stop victimizing the
un
migrant
delincuente.
like we are delinquents.
Tenemos más de 900 amigos nuestros presos en la
We have more than 900 of our friends in prison
siglo XXI
in the migrant station 21st century
sin largo alguna, sin cometer delito.
without no crimes committed, without nothing. We are migrants.
Algunos hasta trabajando los meten presos.
Some of them, they have been working and they put them in this detention center.
Ya basta. Queremos libertad, queremos
Stop it. Stop it. Is enough. We want freedom.
caminar hasta la frontera de Estados Unidos.
We want to walk all the way to the borders of the United States of America.
Que pedimos al pueblo mexicano que nos acompañe, que nos ayude, al presidente AMLO.
We are asking the Mexican people to accompany us and also to President AMLO for help,
A la sociedad,
to the society,
a los derechos humanos,
to the human rights,
la ONU, el ACNUR.
the United Nations, ACNUR.
Necesitamos de ustedes, apóyennos.
No más siglo XXI porque no somos ladrones.
We don't want no more 21st century. We are not kidding. We are not, we're not bad people. We're not thugs.
Ya está bueno.
Si son migraciones.
Alfredo Colina, venezolano.
Vamos a ver si ellos son de migración o discriminación. Porque lo que necesitamos es apoyo para seguir
This is not immigration. This is discrimination. We need support
avanzando. Ya está bueno ya.
to keep on going. We need support.
Eso es lo que queremos, más que todo apoyo para seguir avanzando.
They support us so we can keep on going.
Sí, una marcha pacífica para pedir
This is a peaceful march that we are doing right now.
a seguir avanzando
So we can ask if we can keep on moving.
o que nos den algún documento para no seguir avanzando.
So they can give us also, or they can give us a document so we can keep on moving.
Tenemos documentos aquí, muchos tenemos Comar, muchos tenemos QR y sin embargo con esos
A lot
documentos
of us, we have a document and we have a QR code that we want to keep on moving,
no nos dejan avanzar.
but they don't let us move.
Vamos a migración a ver qué solución nos dan, a ver en
Where is the march going? We're going to the Institute of Immigration
qué nos pueden ayudar, pues.
so they can help us.
Eso es lo que vamos a hacer en este momento.
That is what we're going to do at that moment right now. This is no surprise. How many times have you guys seen me broadcasting this kind of stuff? How many times? This is nothing new. This is nothing new. This is the Institute Nacional of Immigration of Mexico. It is another stepping stone for them to move forward. There is a process, and the process, it is limiting them to move forward. That process is that right now, apparently, first and foremost, the Institute National of Immigration, not Oscar Blue, the Institute National of Immigration, again, it is saying that there is enormous spread of variant Omicron. They don't want this to be spread because the health department in the system, in our health, hospitals are packed, are full. So we don't want this to be spread. That is what the Institute National of Immigration is saying. And another one, it is that they are stopping the process because the United States of America, it is telling Mexico what to do. The United States of America, the government of Biden is telling them, hey, we got to stay in Mexico policy, so slow them down. So now all of a sudden, AMLO, with all excuse to American citizens, it is the servant of the master of Joe Biden. What happened first, Joe Biden? You incentivized this problem and you led to Mexico. Mexico has also fault in it, and it is complicit because they're in the globalist compact of immigration. But let me tell you, and let me ask you something. If Mexico was still in the globalist compact of immigration, what would happen if Mexico was not in the globalist compact of immigration? You think this influence will still continue? Question mark for every single one of you. There is a hurtful process like that. I have seen it so many times. How many times I stand there. I have walked for kilometers and kilometers with caravans. It is hurtful to see people walk for kilometers and kilometers. It is hurtful to see children, their feet full with blood. It is hurtful to see women pregnant walking. It is hurtful to do an interview with a migrant that has lost her child due to dehydration. It is hurtful. I will put a comment right here. Stephanie Hernandez says, lies, Oscar, lies. Surely you can see by their aggression. I can see people right here walking. I'm not seeing no aggression right now. Mexicans and many others on their right mind put through their time, watch their kids first, and then move on to the next by checking if their help it is safe, also processed. That's a lie. That is a lie. And I'm a Mexican citizen, and I will tell you that. That is a huge lie. I have seen so many Mexicans that they go to the United States and they say, I'm going over there because I want to provide money to my family in Mexico. And they forget about their family in Mexico. And don't come to me with, there's some cases. That is a lie. Don't lie. This is not an aggression. This is a peaceful protest. They're just walking. My whole point is when are these NGOs, the United Nations, all of these organizations that they are supposedly to be educating the migrant population, where are they? Where are they? To eventually tell them this is the way. This is the way to there's a process. It's a hurtful process. They're going to take away this. They're going to take away that. You're going to have a hurtful process. And that pushes them to leave on what we reported yesterday. That there was, and I shown you guys that yesterday. I don't know if I shown it yesterday. Around almost 400 migrants were captured. They were captured behind of a tractor trailer again. So you push all of these people. When you got a hurtful process, what do you think they're going to do? This is why, and I'm sorry for people that are watching, the stay in Mexico policy in Americans that they're watching, U.S. citizens, they're going to see, hey, they're going to say, you know what? The stay in Mexico policy is good. Keep them in Mexico. Keep them over there. That's Mexico's responsibility. We don't want them over here. The stay in Mexico policy for the American that is for sovereignty, for the American that wants to do things right, for the American, you ask another stupid question and I will, you know what? I'm not even going to listen to that. The stay in Mexico policy for the person that wants to do things right, that wants to migrate correctly, for the person that is standing for sovereignty, for the good American, or the good old American, it is good. The stay in Mexico policy, push them back. For Mexico, the stay in Mexico policy is not good. Why? Because the stay in Mexico policy says, imagine Mexico entering more from the south, and now you're deporting from the north. You're going to encapsulate them in a border, a problem on top of a problem. The solution is, and I have said it so many times before we have said this, immigration reform needs to happen. Needs to happen. The loopholes of the most powerful country that exists in the world, that is the United States of America, need to be closed. So these fake families, so these fake matrimonies, so all of these fake stuff, they have now controlled biometrics, so you will know which is the father, which is the mother of that legitimate child, if it is your child. Like the rate, how is going in right now, ultimately going up. The unaccompanied minor rate, it is going way up right now in Del Rio. It is unbelievable. Now the process, how it is all damaged. This is why I have said multiple times before, whose fault is it to have created this globalization? Whose fault is it? Is it the country of Mexico? Is it the country of the United States of America? Is it the country of Canada? Is it Italy? Is it Spain? Is it that? No, it is the United Nations, that they have created this globalization of immigration. And ultimately, as they created this globalization, they have put every single country to adapt to globalist laws. What are the globalist laws? Open borders, no laws. With open borders, you have this lawlessness activity. A lot of people just want to migrate. But if you had an education that starts from the place that is like Disneyland to all of these, all of the migrant population, if you start educating from the top, from the pyramid, and you say, this is the process, this is who applies, this is how much we are going to accept, these are the people that are applicable, these are the countries that they need to wait, this is our process of immigration, this is how we're going to do it, you would not have caravan after caravan after caravan, people dying on their trajectory of coming into the north, trafficking of children, trafficking of women. You will not have that. But ultimately, now you have a globalist agenda that provides you to migrate whatever the hell you want, pick up your things, and then just put your life at risk and walk without no process. Nobody is denying that migrants do not have the right, and I'm a migrant myself. I can migrate to whatever place that I want. It's a natural thing about human beings. We are migrants ourselves. But ultimately, now there is laws. There is immigration laws. There are processes. There's a lot of poverty. There's a lot of violence. There's a lot of delinquents in certain countries. What is going on with their own government? Why these first-class world countries are not demanding those countries to do something for their population, for their people? Why it has to be the responsibility of all other borders that they come in? Where is Juan Orlando Hernandez? The poverty and the communism in Venezuela, as these dictators have completely destroyed that beautiful country. Ortega in Nicaragua, he doesn't care about his people. The only one, as I mentioned before, that is doing something for his people is Nayib Bukele, the president of El Salvador. He's teaching them how to farm. He's creating a health service and creating a health ideology for people to be more healthy, to people to go exercise. He's sending the National Guard to all his borders in Salvador so he can protect from other countries to be infested what his contamination is. That is the MS-13s, los mareros. Doing something about it. But then you got countries that they're not educating, and instead of educating the migrant population, you complicate more the process, and the process gets more hurtful, as this is hurtful to see people walking, starving, going to protest. Why do we want that? When did we forget to be human? Why do we want that? That is not what we want. We want a process that is correct, not hurtful, not people risking their lives, not kids dying, not unaccompanied minors going to every border, migrating alone. Is that? No, just send them back. We don't care about their life. Their countries care about their lives. We have more lives to be worried about over here in our country. Wow. That's you? That's you. If that is you, and then you go on a Sunday to touch your heart and be a Christian, wow. I don't understand where is that word coming from. The whole point is to educate now the whole globalist agenda. The globalist agenda right now, it is not only destroying the country of the United States of America, as I have said this before. The continent of America, it is under communist and globalist attack. I have said it so many times before. Not only the country of the United States of America, but also the country of Mexico and the continent of America. It is being under attack by these globalists, these elite, that they don't care about the working class. And then you got incompetent answers that it is not our burden. It is not our burden. It is not our responsibility. Let us cut all the trade into the United States. What do you think is going to happen to the state economy? What do you think? The United States economy depends on international trade and on exporting and importing to the world. What do you think is going to happen? Oh, no, we care about that. That we do care. People, to hell with that, we're full. It's not that you are admitting, it's not that you want more, it's not that you want for irregular migration and this influx to continue. No, it's to say the message. This is how it's done. This is how it is. And you got an incompetent president right now that ultimately he doesn't care for people. He doesn't care for children. He doesn't care. Somebody saying there's no trade and supplies, they're not going anywhere. I understand that you're going to a hiccup right now. But what has happened before? How do you think the United States of America became a first-class world country? They woke up and they just said, we're magnificent. Oh, let me just wake up today. Where am I? In the United States? How do I got here, man? You're just... You're just great. What do you think? International trade, hard work, exporting and importing to international countries, their material, exporting their talent. Has that been happening with this incompetent president? He has cut all those lines, all those filters, so you can depend on the government. Haven't you heard your incompetent president, what he says? It is not we it's not we the people, it is we the government. Because the government, it is first, it's not we the people. Have you guys heard that? Haven't you guys heard that before? It is not my president, it is another president, and he stole the election. I don't care. 46 president around the world. We are looking to the United States of America, and the one that is sitting down in the Oval Office, his name is Joseph Biden, not other one. He's not only he's a puppet. I understand that. But the president, whether you like it or not, is him. And the example that he's giving to the world, the example is giving to the borders, the example that he gave to the migrant population under his promises, that he was going to create a better pathway for migrants. And he was confronting Trump at a debate. And he was telling Trump, oh, those children are not trafficked, Trump. They are brought by their own parents. What are you talking about? Then later on, what happened? He won the election. First 2 months, January and February. What do you think had happened? 21,000 unaccompanied minors arrived. 21,000 only. And it continues to pour in the unaccompanied minors. The children. Look at this. This is in Del Rio. Yesterday. No, just now. Del Rio, just now. This was a report in Del Rio. Thank you so much for the coffees. Buy me a coffees on the top link if you guys like to contribute to our independent reporting and travel fund. We are going to be traveling soon to show you the truth in other countries. Thank you so much. Your support is much needed. So thank you. These are children. If somebody brings me the topic, Oscar, I will tell you something. Your president is an incompetent president. He's a socialist. He's a communist. Yes. I'm not going to respond cowardly. He's not my president. I live in Mexico, but he's not my president. I accept the fact that that dumbass and that incompetent is the one that is running the country into a hole. Yes, he is. 103,902 homicides he has under his belt. The most insecure president in history of our country of Mexico. The crime rate going up, the economical infrastructure going down. We don't have no economical increase. -1. Jobs losing. Health horrible. Hospitals, don't even talk about it. Immigration, for God's sake. At least we know what we have. Accept the fact that what you have. Let's see what we can do about it. This exposing what Biden is continuing to do to incentivize children to come to the border. Incentivize children. Do you remember the statistic that I put? Let me read this note, and I will put that statistic again. I will put this statistic. And I really get annoyed when people try to compare the situation of the United States to a third world class country. They say it is exactly the same over here, Oscar. We're suffering exactly the same. Where are you sitting down right now? I'm sitting on my beach, and that is house beach. I'm drinking a coffee, and I'm right here sitting. It's happening exactly the same. I have a Cadillac outside, and it's really nice and comfortable leather seats. But oh my God, I'm suffering exactly the same. Oh my God. Right? These are children. This is what happened in Del Rio. Situations just like these. Our producer sent us this images of these children. They just arrived today from Del Rio just now. Situations just like this play out every day across the sector. Children are encountered traveling alone with siblings, reporting that they don't know where their parents are. Ultimately, they say also, at most, they come with a name and a phone number. Over 50 encountered in the past 2 days alone. Alone. In the past 2 days, 50 unaccompanied minors. 50. This is another picture. 50. And it is continuing. Now, this is something that I want to ask. The next generation of children, the psychological factor of these kids when they're crossing, it is going to be an extreme demand into the United States of America. It's going to be extreme demand. I don't know how they are going to take care of this because I have said it before. The United States of America was not prepared for this. Oh no, we are a powerful country. We can take care of this. Even I had a lot of talk with a lot of patriots, and I said, "You're going to suffer." I don't think so. We just closed the border, and that's it. Yeah. All right. Now I talk to them, they're like, "Oh, la chinga." I don't know what the hell's going on, Blue. Were you prepared? Where was the United States prepared with detention centers, hospitals? As the Globalist Compact of Immigration said, it has to be prepared with hospitals, detention centers, housing, work, all this stuff. The United Nations throws a compact and they say, you know what? I don't care. I showed you yesterday how many companies are helping the United Nations that they're American. I told you yesterday how many companies from Canada, they're helping the United Nations that they have money. I told you yesterday how many companies of Mexico are helping the United Nations that they have huge money. Where is the money so you can create a pathway for children to not suffer and not get trafficked? Where is the money so people will not get raped and not get abused in the Darien Gap? Where is the money to have a controlled and documented migration? Where are all that investment go? Looks like a money laundering scheme, huh? Best right here, best right here. Bum, boom, boom, bam. Holy cow. Let me just go before I move on to something else. I want to give you guys some statistics that I remember right here. And I don't know where they are at, but I am trying to remember where that I put them, and I will find them right now. Don't worry about it. I'll find them right now. These statistics. And these statistics, they were thrown into how many the United States it is deporting by air. And not only that, how many the United States is deporting by land. No, they're not deporting Oscar Blue. They're letting it in our country. This is what Biden is doing, exactly what Obama did. They're creating this humongous business of private companies, private, with private jets, private flights, private buses, private officers, private teachers, private this, private that, NGO this, NGO that. Huge business of what is happening right now. Humongous business. Everything is privately owned. Private this, private that. Deport, make them come back. Deport, make them come back. Thanks so much, Dev, Kathy, Pam, Donna. Thank you so much for the coffees. All of you, thank you so much. I'm searching right now the statistics. Trying to find them right here. I think this one is one. Webby, thank you so much also for the coffees. Thank you. God, thank you so much. This is the one. This is the flights. I'm almost there. I am almost there. I want you guys to understand and to, I was almost there. What happened? I want you guys to understand and to know that this is a huge business for the Democrats. They continue with this. They knew about this since 2015. I will put a video right now after I show this statistics on how, again, I will put this video on 2015 of Joe Biden saying an unrelenting migration. That's what he says. And he says also, by the year of the white Caucasian race will not exist. The whole planification of the Obama administration was just right there, but people were not seeing it. People were not watching it. People were not understanding it. We're under this. Let's help humanity. You know? This is one statistic. This is year 2021 right now. And I put this the other day. I'll give it to you guys right now. He's inviting children, but also he's deporting unaccompanied children. Because the leftists, they will tell you, no, they're not. They're not deporting children, Oscar. We're having, oh my God, we're having all of them. No, you're not. I'm seeing the statistic, Dorothy, right here. No, that is like another statistic, like Guatemala is like a third world country. And they're like, they don't have a system. Like, we are America. Like, we don't believe you. But you are basically saying that we depend on, yeah. Here we go. This statistic was released by the Institute National of Immigration of Guatemala. Thanks so much for sending me the clip. My producer, man. A hand clap. I want everybody to give a hand clap to my producer, man. Man. Whew. Quicker, man. Flash. Holy cow. This is a statistic deported people by land. On 2021, from January to 29th of December, they deported only 17,000 by air. I'm sorry, 17,000 from the United States to Guatemala, 17,806. Out of those 17,806, Joe Biden and the Democrats, they are saints. They are from another planet. The Democrats are full with holy water. They will never deport a child. How can you? No, we will never deport a child. What do you think? We're here to help. We're going to get a lot of NGOs, and we will never touch a child. No! The Democrats are saints. My God! When you see a Democrat, it's like seeing the Vatican. Holy cow. You will see a statistic right here that says 17,806 got deported. Out of those 17,000, you got 66 kids. Males, unaccompanied males, deported back to Guatemala. 30 of them females also. Wait till you see by land. What the hell happened right here to the Saints, the Democrats, the Bidens? It says right here that by land deported 40,723. Out of those 3,970 unaccompanied minors males, 1,265 unaccompanied females. What the hell happened? Oh, that cannot be true. Eso no es verdad. Eso no es verdad. Esas estadísticas son falsas. Remember what AMLO says on every morning conference? Repeat with me, audience. Repeat with me. Esas estadísticas son falsas. Todos. Okay, in English. Those statistics are false. Jen Psaki repeating to all the people that believe Jen Psaki. Everybody repeat with everybody. Okay, lift your hand, kids. You're there. Yes, we're here. Schumer, everybody, Kamala, Biden, Ilhan, Alexandria, Veronica Escobar, all of you. Yes, we're here. Those statistics are false. Right? Everybody like that. Everybody repeating the same thing. No. They're not deporting children. They're not admitting also children. No, children are not being trafficked. Children are not being. No, the reality is that is the pandering. How dare you, Oscar Blue? The sensitivity. The sensitivity. You don't have no sensitivity. It is so sensitive to talk about these topics. So how do you want that? How do you want me to relate? How do you want me to say it? How do you want me to say it? You want me to say it with sensitivity? Let me say it with sensitivity. As I was watching this graphic, and at the moment that I saw that the Institute National of Immigration, hold on a minute, man. Hold on. Let me get character, man. Get me getting character. I know that I am I know that I'm in I am in live in what is it? In YouTube producer. So I know. So let me just get this. So let me just get in character, man, because they want every Democrat, they want us to give it with sensitivity. So when you're talking about these graphics and you're a leftist and a Democrat, you have to do it like this. Hi, my name is John. This is a graphic about the Institute National of Immigration of Guatemala, where you will see a skyrocket number of unaccompanied minors, which they are not trafficked. They have migrated because of the enormous suffering. All of them, they have arrived on this promise of Joe Biden, our president. By the way, boost up. Wear your mask. If you don't wear it, you will be denied access everywhere. Going back to this topic. I just get the hell out of here with that. What the hell's going on? That's how they want us to pander to this. It's exactly the same. There's no other way. Reality, crude, whether we like it or not, whether it's horrible or not, give it to me. What is the number? For God's sake, 3,917 is the deportees of unaccompanied minors. What are we going to do about it, man? Too many children. Where are they going back to? Where? To what hands? Where are their parents? Where is the family member that is going to take care of this child that is unaccompanied? Where is he? Is this child going again to their parents? And why their parents let him go? Why? Where is the system that we supposed to have a biometrics at every border? Where is the system? Somebody saying close all our borders. You will go collapse. You will collapse. Your economy will collapse. The solution is not that. I'm sorry. If you want to close the ports of entry to your food, that's a border also. Close the ports of entry to see what happens. You're collapsing right now with no food, no resources. You know, all the containers that they come for food and they pass through a port in Mexico, the commercial line that goes to the United. You want to close that too? It's unbelievable, the statistics. Lastly, before I go, I'm extending a little bit, and I'm sorry, producer. I know you got things to do. This last video, before I go, I don't want to take it to a comedy show, but this is so funny. The way that these people they just make it all into sensitivity. Everything is into sensitivity. You know what is not do you know what is not sensitive? Do you know what is not sensitive? This is not sensitive. This is not sensitive. You want to hear this? Listen to this before I go, just for you to take it home.
Muslim communities, but African communities, Asian communities, Hispanic communities. And the wave still continues. It's not going to stop, nor should we want it to stop. As a matter of fact, it's one of the things I think we can be most proud of, an unrelenting stream of immigration, nonstop. Folks like me who were Caucasian of European descent, for the first time in 2017, will be in an absolute minority in the United States of America. Absolute minority. Fewer than 50% people in America from then and on will be white European stock. That's some communities, but
Just a reminder. Just throwing it out there. Just a reminder for you. An unrelenting storm of events of immigration. How's everybody doing? God bless everybody that is watching. Thank you so much for joining in. Before I go to all of you guys, my partner, Real Anthony Agüero. Let me take the peace and love and always your country first kind of stuff, man. It's blocking my face. What the hell's going on? Show the face. Show the face, Oscar Blue. Show your face, Oscar Blue. Show it. I'm right here showing it. Yeah, keep the microphone off your face, Oscar Blue. The hell, I'm right here. Look, hey. So, for everybody that does not know, my partner, Real Anthony Agüero, is going to give you the best coverage in the north border in Texas. Be watching him. He's going to be live possibly today or tomorrow morning. So be attentive to watch Real Anthony Agüero. He's going to go live at YouTube. He's going to go live at Get, and also he's going to go live at Twitch. He has 3 accounts that he goes live to. So go and follow Real Anthony Agüero. He's going to do phenomenal coverage as always in the north border of Texas. You can follow me at Facebook, Getter, YouTube, Twitter, in my channel in Telegram as Oscar L. Blue. Also follow Instagram account as Oscar L. Blue Media, Oscar L. Blue Team. Follow that. In Instagram, I don't post that much. And for the Spanish public, I'm saying it in English, I have a TikTok now. So I'm doing like little clips of news in TikTok. That is where I'm going to post all Spanish news, TikTok. And also some comedy. I will do some comedy every now and then in English over there. I like to do some comical stuff, man. I just like to laugh about these liptards, man. I'm sorry, that's the way it is. I'm not even a conservative. I'm not a right wing. Don't even get me started with that. I'm not. I'm just a normal guy living a normal life. God bless every single one of you. Thank you so much for joining in. Stay safe. And like we always say, people, peace and love. Because always your country's first. God bless.
Ya van días y varias semanas.
He hasn't given no response, and it's been days and it's been weeks, and What do you think, Sarah, of this canyon right here?
It's absolutely incredible. I haven't been to Tijuana in a lot of years, and seeing how wide open it is. I mean, I don't know if you could turn the camera around and show everyone just how wide open it is. It's incredible.
A couple of questions. So.
Rashida, what is your opinion on the massive child trafficking that is happening?
Y espero logren su objetivo de la justicia a su país. Luchen por su país. Say the best, basically fight for your country.
Están bloqueando el acceso. ¡Viva! La Policía Federal o la autoridad nos está deteniendo el acceso y nos está deteniendo el paso para poder cruzar hacia el Zócalo, señores.